Good afternoon, Ajahn.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sisters and Dhamma. Let us pay respect to Ajahn by bowing 3 times. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. To begin with chanting, may we invite Ajahn to lead us in the chanting, please.
So we always start with the Buddha verse of loving kindness. Now let us chant the Buddha verse on loving kindness. Karaniya matha kusalena yantang santang patang apisameja sakko uchu cha suhuchu cha suvacho cha samuthu anatimani santu sago cha suparo cha appakicho cha sallahu kavotte santintriyo cha nipako cha appakappo kulesu ananukitoนาจะโคทังสมาจเรกินติเยนะวินโยปะเรอุปวะเทยยงสุขิโนวาเคมิโนโหนตุสัพเพสัตตาภวันตุสุขิตาตาเยเกจิปานภูตาทิตสาวาทาวราวาอนวเสสาทีคาวาเยมหันตาวามาชิมาราสกาอนุกทุราทิทาวาเยจะอทิทาเยจะทุเรวสันติอวิทุเรภูตาวาสัมภเวสีวาสัพเพสัตตาภวันตุสุขิตาตานปโรปรังนิกุเพธนันติมันเยทกัตถจินังกินติพยาโรสนาปฏิฆสัญญานันยมัญญาสทุกขมิจเฉยมาตายธานิยังปุตตังอายุสาเอกปุตตมนุรักเขเอวัมปิสัพพภูเตสุมาณสัมภาวเยอปริมาณังเมตัญจะสัพพโลกัสมิงมานะสัมภาวเยอปริมาณังพุทธังอโทจติริยัญจะอสัมภาทังอเวรังอสปัตตังทิฏฐัญจรังนิสินโนวาสยาโนวายาวตัสสวิคตมิโทเอตังสติงอทิเทยพรัมมะเมตังวิหารังอิทธมาหุทิฏฐินจะอนุปคัมมสีลาวาทัสเนนะสัมปันโนกาเมสุวินัยยะเคทังนะหิชาตุขัพพะเสยยังปุณเรติติ Now let us chant the Buddha verse on loving kindness. This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who know the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited, contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties, and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud and demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety. May all beings be at ease, whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born. May all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will which harms upon another, even as the mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart choose one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, ours and unbounded, free from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness. One should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding. By not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being free from all sense desires, is not born again into this world. หันธรรมยังอุทิศนาทิธานาคาทายโยปนามาเสอิมินาปุญญกรรมเมนะอุปัชฌายาคุณุตรา อาจาริโยปการาจามาตาปิตาจายาตกาสุริโยจันทิมาราชาคุณวันตานราปิจารัมมมาราจาอินทาจาโลกาปาลาจาเทวตายโมมิตามนุสาจามัชฌตาเวริกาปิจาสัพเพสัตตาสุขีโหนตุปุญญานิปกตานิเมสุขันจติวิทังเทนตุขิปังปาเปทโวมะตังอิมินาปุญญกรรมเมนะอิมินาอุทิเสนาจาขิปาหังสุลเพเจวตันหุปาทานเชทนังเยสันตานิหินาธรรมายาวะนิพพานโตมะมังนัสสันตุสัพพทาเยวายะถาชาโตภเวภเวปุชุจิตังสติปัญญาสันเลโควิริยัมหินามารารัพันตุโนกาสังกาตุนจักวิริเยสุเมพุทธาทิปาวโรนาโทธัมโมนาโทวรุตตโมนาโทปัจเจกพุทโธจักสังโฆนาโทตโรมะมังเตโสตมาทุภาเวนะมาโรกาสังลพันตุมา Now let us chant the verses of sharing and aspiration. Through the goodness that arises from my practice, may my spiritual teachers and guides of great virtue, my mother, my father, and my relatives, the sun and the moon, and all virtuous leaders of the world, may the highest gods and evil forces, celestial beings, guardian spirit of the earth, and the loss of death, may those who are friendly, indifferent, or hostile, may all beings receive the blessings of my life, may they soon attain the threefold bliss and realize the deathless. Through the goodness that arises from my practice, and through these acts of sharing, may all desires and attachments quickly cease, and all harmful states of mind, until I realize Nibbana. In every kind of birth, may I have an upright mind, with mindfulness and wisdom, austerity and vigor. May the forces of delusion not take hold, nor weaken my resolve. The Buddha is my excellent refuge. Unsurpassed is the protection of the Dhamma. The solitary Buddha is my noble guide. The Sangha is my supreme support. Through the supreme power of all these, may darkness and delusion be dispelled. อันธรรมยังเมตตาภรนังกโรมาเสอาหังสุขิโตโหมินิทุกโขโหมิอเวโรโหมิอัพพยาปัชโชโหมิอานิโคโหมิสุขีอัตตานังปริหารามิสัพเพสัตตาสุขิตาโหนตุสัพเพสัตตาอเวราโหนตุสัพเพสัตตาอัพพยาปัชชาโหนตุสัพเพสัตตาอนิคาโหนตุสัพเพสัตตาสุขีอัตตานังปริหารันตุสัพเพสัตตาสัพพทุกขาปมุญจันตุสัพเพสัตตาลัทธสัมปติโตมาวิคัญชันตุสัพเพสัตตากัมมสกากัมมทายาทากัมมโยนิกัมมพันธุกัมมปฏิสารนายังกัมมังกริสันติกัลยาณังวาปาปะกังวาตัสสะทายาทาภวิสันติ May I abide in well-being, in freedom from affliction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abide in well-being, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings be released from all suffering, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. When they act upon intention, all beings are the owners of their actions and inherit its results. Their future is born from such action, companion to such actions, and its results will be their home. All actions with intentions, be they skillful or harmful, of such acts, they will be the end. Okay, so now we do the new chant. It's called the Buddha Parami, the Parami of the Buddha. Buddha Ticho Mahate Cho Dhamma Janto Rasaharo Sankhatarakhano Setho Amhirak Kantu payato Nisang sayang so Kono Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vichacharana Sampanno Sukhato Lokavitu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Sattha Teva Manussanang Puttho Bhagavati Etena Sajja Vachena Puttho Viya Puttha Rupam Pimahate Chang Mahanupawang Bhavatu Yavasasanang Nisang sayang so Kono Bhagava Thana Parami Sampanno Thana Upaparami Sampanno Thana Paramatha Parami Sampanno Nisang sayang so Kono Bhagava Sila Parami Sampanno Sila Upaparami Sampanno Sila Paramatha Parami Sampanno Nisang sayang so Kono Bhagava Nekhamma Parami Sampanno Nekhamma Upaparami Sampanno Nekhamma Paramatha Parami Sampanno Nisang sayang so Kono Bhagava Panya Parami Sampanno Panya Upaparami Sampanno Panya Paramatha Parami Sampanno Nisang sayang so Kono Bhagava Viriya Parami Sampanno Viriya Upaparami Sampanno Viriya Paramatha Parami Sampanno Nisang sayang so Kono Bhagava Khanti Parami Sampanno Khanti Upaparami Sampanno Khanti Paramatha Parami Sampanno Nisang sayang so Kono Bhagava Sajja Parami Sampanno Sajja Upaparami Sampanno Sajja Paramatha Parami Sampanno Nisang sayang so โคโนภควาอธิฐานปารมิสัมปันโนอธิฐานอุปปารมิสัมปันโนอธิฐานปรมัตถปารมิสัมปันโนนิสังสยังโสโคโนภควาเมตตาปารมีสัมปันโนเมตตาอุปปารมิสัมปันโนเมตตาปรมัตถปารมิสัมปันโนนิสังสยังโสโคโนภควาอุเปกขาปารมิสัมปันโนอุเปกขาอุปปารมิสัมปันโนอุเปกขาปรมัตถปารมิสัมปันโนนิสังสยังโสโคโนภควาทัสสะปารมิสัมปันโนทัสสะอุปปารมิสัมปันโนทัสสะปรมัตถปารมิสัมปันโนนิสังสยังโสโคโนภควาสมัตติงสปารมิสัมปันโนสมัตติงสอุปปารมิสัมปันโนสมัตติงสปรมัตถปารมิสัมปันโน Okay, so we will do the next one called the Metta Sutta. This one is a long one, though. It's a full spreading metta for different directions and for every beings. เอวังเมสุตังเอกังสัมมยังภัคควาสาวัตถิยังวิหารติเชตวันเนอนาถปินทิกัสสะอาราเมตัตตระโคภควาภิกขุอามันเตสิภิกขโวติภทันเตติเตภิกขุภควโตปัจจัสโสสุงภควาเอตถะโวจาเมตตายภิกขเวเจโตวิมุตติยาอาเสวิตายภาวิตายพหุริกตายญาณิกตายวัตถุกตายอนุทิตายปริจิตายสุสมารัตถายเอกาทสานิสังสาปาติกังขากตเมเอกาทสาสุขังสุปฏิสุขังปฏิพุชชตินาปาปะกังสุปีนังปัสสติมนุสสานังปิโยโหติอมนุสสานังปิโยโหติเทวตารักขันตินาสะอักขิวาวิสังวาสัตถังวากัมมติตุวตังจิตตังสมาธิยติมุขวันโนวิปัสสิทติอาสัมมูลโหการังกโรติอุตตริงอุปอัปปติวิชันโตพรหมโลกุปโคโหติเมตตายภิกขเวเจโตวิมุตติยาอาเสวิตายภาวิตายพหุลิกตายญาณิกตายวัตถุกตายอนุทิตายปริจิตายสุสมารัตถายอิเมเอกาทสานิสังสาปาติกังขาอัตถิอโนทิโสภารณาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติอาทิโอทิโสภารณาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติอาทิทิสาภารณาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติกาติหาการเรหิอโนทิโสภารณาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติกาติหาการเรหิโอทิโสภารณาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติกาติหาการเรหิทิสาภารณาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติปัญจหาการเรหิอโนทิโสภารณาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติสัตตหาการเรหิโอทิโสภารณาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติทัสสหาการเรหิทิสาภารณาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติกัตตเมหิปัญจหาการเรหิอโนทิโสภารณาเมตตาเจโต วิมุตติสัพเพสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพปานาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพภูตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพปุคลาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพอัตตภาวะปริยาปันนาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุติอิเมหิปัญจหาการเรหิอโนทิโสภารนาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติกัตตเมหิสัตตหาการเรหิโอทิโสภารนาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติสัพพาอิทิโยอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพปุริสาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพอริยาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพอนาริยาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพเทวาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพมนุสสาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพวินิปาติกาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุติอิเมหิสัตตหาการเรหิโอทิโสภารนาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติกัตตเมหิทัสสหาการเรหิทิสาภารนาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติสัพเพปุรัตถิมายทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพปัจฉิมายทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพอุตรายทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพทักขินายทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพปุรัตถิมายาอนุทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพปัจฉิมายาอนุทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพอุตรายาอนุทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพทักขินายาอนุทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพเหติมายทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุสัพเพอุปริมายทิสายสัตตาอเวราอัพยาปชานิคาสุขีอัตนังปริหารันตุติอิเมหิทัสสหาการเรหิทิสาภารนาเมตตาเจโตวิมุตติ Okay, I think we can jump to the highest blessing. The last one, the Mangala Sutta. Okay, so because today is a special day, Mother Day, so we will do the Mangala Sutta chanting. Now the translation in English. Now let us chant the verses on the highest blessings. Thus have I heard that the blessed one was staying at Savatthi, residing at the Jeta Grove in Anathapindika's park. Then in the dark of the night, a radiant Deva illuminated all Jeta Grove. She bowed down low before the braceless one. Then standing to one side, she said, Devas are concerned for happiness and ever long for peace. The same is true for humankind. What then are the highest blessings? Avoiding those of foolish ways, associating with the wise, and honoring those worthy of honor. These are the highest blessings. Living in presence of suitable kinds, with the fruits of past good deeds, and guided by the rightful way. These are the highest blessings. Accomplished in learning and craftsman skill, with discipline highly trained, and speech that is true and presence to hear. These are the highest blessings. Providing for mother and father support, and cherishing family, and ways of work that harms no beings. These are the highest blessings. Generosity and a righteous life, offering help to relatives and kin, and acting in ways that leave no blame. These are the highest blessings. Steadfast in restraint and shunning evil ways, avoiding intoxicants that doubt the mind, and heedfulness in all things that arise. These are the highest blessings. Respectfulness and being of humble ways, contentment and gratitude, and hearing the Dhamma frequently taught. These are the highest blessings. Patience and willingness to accept one's faults, seeing venerated seekers of the truth, and sharing often the words of Dhamma. These are the highest blessings. Ardent committed to the holy life, seeing for oneself the noble truths and the realizations of Nibbana. These are the highest blessings. Although in contact with the world, unchecked in the mind remains, beyond all sorrow, spotless, secure. These are the highest blessings. They who live by following this path know victory wherever they go, and every place for them is safe. These are the highest blessings.
Thank you, Ajahn, for guiding us in chanting. We now request for 3 refuge, 5 and 8 precepts together. We'll begin by bowing 3 times. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. Mayang bante ti saranena saha atta pancha silani achama dutiyampi mayang bante ti saranena saha atta pancha silani achama tatiyampi mayang bante ti saranena saha atta pancha silani achama.
นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตArahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dhammang Saranang Gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami
คังสรณังคัจฉามิ
Sanghang saranang gacchami
ยัมปิพุทธังสรณังคัจฉามิ
Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami
ยัมปิธัมมังสรณังคัจฉามิ
Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami
ยัมปิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามิ
Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami
ยัมปิพุทธังสรณังคัจฉามิ
Tatiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami
ยัมปิธัมมังสรณังคัจฉามิ
Tatiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami
ยัมปิสังฆังสรณังคัจฉามิ
Tatiyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami
สรณคัมมังนิทิตัง
Amabante
ปานาติปาตาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
ทินนาทานาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
Adinnadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
กาเมสุมิชาจาราเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
กาเมสุมิจฉาจาราเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
มุสาวาทาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
Musawada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
กราเมระยะมัชฌปมาทฐานาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
Surameraya Majapamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Now for the 8th precept อภรัมมจริยาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
Abrahmacharya Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
กาลโภชนาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
Vikala Bhojana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
จักขีตวาทิตวิสุปทัสสนามาลาคันทวิเลปนะธารณมันดนะวิภูสนัทธานาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
Nachagita Varita Visukkha Dasana Mala Gandha Vilepana Dharana Mandana Vibhusanatana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
กาสยนะมหาสยนาเวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิ
Uchasayana Mahasayana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
อิมานิปัญจอัฏฐสิกขาปทานิสมาธิยามิ
Imani Atha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami Imani Atha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami Imani Atha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami
อิมานิปัญจอัฏฐสิกขาปทานิสีเลนะสุปฏิญญันติสีเลนะโภคสัมปทาสีเลนะนิพุติญญันติตัสสมาสีลังวิโสทะเย
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Bow 3 times again. Just bow. Second bow. Third bow. We now formally request for the Dhamma Talk.
Brahma Jaloka Hikpati Sahang Pakti Kapan Jalian Hikwak Ayajakha Santi Taksakta Pakraja Kapjatika Hese Tutang Mang อนุกังอิมังปัจจัง
นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังธัมมังสังฆังนะมัสสามิ Okay, so we meet again. Today is 12th of August in Thailand. It's a special day. It's a Mother Day. It's a National Mother Day. It's the Mother of the Kings. So we consider this is a day that we, as a Thai people, will usually pay respect, go and then pay respect to their mother and to use this time to memorize and recollect the mother qualities, to pay back the gratitude. In Thai we have a concept of katanyu. Katanyu is kata means the thing that has done to you. In this case, by the mother, whatever thing that she have done to you, and then anyu mean to know. So you know what the things that your mother has been done to you to make you up to this day. A lot of work from your mother, and it's not only that. You also, the second half is to kataweti. Kataweti is meant to express or to manifest that acknowledgement. So when you know that you are the product of the good quality that the mother intend toward you, then you want to continue on that quality in the world. Whatever kusala, whatever you become good because of your mother, you don't want it to go away. You want it to continue on, to live on. So basically, you got the way to you express that sense of gratitude, appreciation, and sense of honor, and then the sense of you can call it like a debt, in the wholesome way. You're in debt with your mother in that regard, and you have to somehow pay back by being good person, by continue on to give this quality for the next generation. So this is kind of two way, and you appreciate it, you honor it, and then you manifest, you become part of the system of give back to the society. So most of the people will usually come to the monastery on this day. We have a lot of people in the morning. Some of them, the mother already passed away, so they just use this occasion for giving dana, sangha dana, some food, some requisite to the sangha, dedicate the merit to their mothers. But the mother is still alive, so they have a chance to bring them to the temple, to the monastery, and have them offer the food, the requisite to the monks, so they can accumulate the merit. So this is a very beautiful traditions to continue, and it happened that this year the Mother Day also coincide with the One Pra, the Monks Day as well. So we have we call it Ubosata Day, the day that the monks will come together and chanting the Patimokkha, and actually that also the part of the memorize of the teaching of the Buddha as well. And for us, the monks, the Buddha is like our mother in a way, and then the Patimokkha is basically is a metric, it's a foundation, it's a building block, like the as a sangha, we have the word born of the Dhamma. So if you do the evening chanting, we say the sangha is born of the Dhamma. So the Dhamma is our mother, and this is the Patimokkha is our rules that the monks abide, the code of conduct. So we also celebrate that kind of the mother, the foundation of our holy life as well. So this kind of special year that this Mother Day and the Monks Day are basically coming together into one. And actually we have the mother of the monks also, some of them also stay in Bunram, and also we have also it happen to be a lot of international students taking a break, so they come overseas from England. Few of them, 3 or 4 of them are ordained during this month. So we have the mother of them joining as well. So it's kind of nice to have the whole family and the monks and the novice also bring in their family. So you have we can call the mother of the monk. So it's kind of, you can call the mother of the monk day. So very specific, because today is a monk day and a mother day. So it's the monk's mother, the monk's mother day. So kind of nice to have those family come together and to have them connect to the monastic in the way that, before, I mean, most Thai people, they're very generous. They usually, when they see the monks, they want to give something. They usually buy something and put in the monk bowl. So this is basically being called is a characteristic of Thai people. They love to give, especially for the monks. But in terms of what the monks are doing, probably they don't have a clue of what they're doing. They're just happy to give. But when their son, or their grandson ordained as a monk or the novice, now they start to interest a little bit. Okay, what do they really do after they interbat? What do they do after they come back to the monastery? What exactly do they do? So, I think this is why when King Asoka, he was a very great king. He built a lot of temple. The legend said 84,000 temple, with this pagoda. It's called a vihara. Vihara is mean temple. So it's a lot of temple, at least 84,000, because King Asoka distributed the relics of the Buddha and enshrined in every temple. That's why this day we have the vihara. Vihara in India is because it's a lot of temple. Everywhere you go, every intersection, there will be the temple. So that's why it's huge. So even him, who built such a great number of temple, when he asked the monks, am I considered relative to the Sangha? The monk said, no, you still not. Only when you let your son, your daughter ordain in the monastic, then you consider you have the close connection to become relative of the Sangha. So eventually the King Asoka asked his son and his daughter, and they happen to be happy as well, because their mother also very devout Buddhist. So they has been to the monasteries in the early years. So they very keen, and they eventually they become one of the great arahant, both of them. The Mahindra, he bring the Buddhism from India to Sri Lanka, and since them is prosper, and even Thai also get it from Sri Lanka, and Sankhamita bring the Bodhi tree from India. So this kind of that connection, unless you understand what the monks and novice do, then you probably not. You just become peripheral. You just become like a supportive, just giving the requisite, but you not really know what they really do. So when your son, your relative come to ordain, they come to the monastery, they join the morning meeting, morning chanting, joining the some of them, like we have the parents coming from abroad, they don't know what the kids have been doing, so we take them along the monks to have them follow the Bintabat, and then they're quite impressed about, because it's very difficult to explain to them. Like one of the novices said, how can I explain to my dad? His dad was German. How can I explain to him, like, in the morning I taking the baking bowl and going and baking in the village? How would that look like? So it's probably not go well with that kind of statement. So the only way is that they have to come and then see themselves what does it mean. It's just because this is the tradition. It's just because we are mendicants, the monks. We renounce the world, we renounce the belongings and things. We not earn a living, so that's why every morning we go out for food. And this is called the Arya or noble way of seeking. You are seeking the requisite through your practice. You're keeping the precept. You have a code of conduct, and people support you. The village, they love to feed the monks, and it's just very nice feeling. Like you have a chance of early morning, you can wake up with a sense of giving first. Some of them have this kind of ritual. They will not eat unless they give first. That's kind of very nice way of starting the day. So they come and line up, and what do they have? They just give that, some sticky rice, just a little bit for each. That's enough for, every house give one. There will be enough for the monks to live by that. So when they follow the monks, they understand more about this relationship between the lay people and the monks, and how the lay people also appreciate the monks a lot. Usually any village where they have the monastery, then the villagers are more care about their village, especially when the monks walking, they have to sweep the path because they don't want to have the broken grass or anything that can hurt the monks. And they wake up early. Usually they have to do it anyway before they go to the paddy field, so they're very diligent. Some of them even listen to the monastic bell, because we have a monastic bell at 3. And sometimes they just wake up with the monks. The monk we wake up for do the chanting and meditation, but the lay people are wake up to cook for us basically at 3. So sometimes we have sometimes the novice are overslept and they forgot to ring the bell, and the lay people might ask, okay, what happened today? Why there's no bell? So we kind of, okay, novice are overslept. So it's just one part of the community. The monastic become part of that. And then, actually we have the name for these lay people who support us as well. And then they come to the monastery usually on the monks' day, one prac. They come and practice with the monk. So we call them mother as well. We call it, in Thai it's called Mae Ok. Mae is mean mother. Ok is mean renounce. So they, in the way, they try to come and learn from the monk as well. They come, and on the monks' day they come and practice with the monks. Usually they come for the evening chanting and stay late. Some of them stay overnight with the monks, practicing all night. So it's a kind of very, very, very nice way of that. I think the word "ok" in Thai is mean out, getting out from the house or the family, because the family is very noisy and sometimes not very easy to practice. So they have a chance at least once a week and come to the monastery, put all those burden down, and then practice with the monks. So the word Mae Ok is very, very nice, in the word of renunciate, even, and they also you can have a sense of the mother of the monks who renunciate as well. So you have a chance of this is the mother, because they feed us. They said the one who feed is your mother, right? So they are the mother in that sense. They give you the full requisite. So you refer to them as a mother, the mother Mae Ok. So they all come and help. And the word renunciation is a bit it's not that popular in the West, I guess, because renunciation is like you have something good, you have to renounce that. You know, you give it up, you give your pressure up. But in Thai, or in Pali, the word nekama, the word that we chant, nekama doesn't have a sense of that. You know, the nekama is mean to step forward. Basically, when you practice, when you see something better, you want to leave behind something that's not so good, right? You know, the happiness from sensual pleasure is lower in many ways, because it's changing. It doesn't, and the more you attach to it, the more you addict to the world. And for many things, like diminishing return, you get more and more. It doesn't bring you any closer to the higher goal. Usually, it gets you down. You know, people do a lot of breaking the precept because they attach to the sensual pleasure. So when you have a chance to renounce it, it doesn't have a sense of actually you letting go of something good. Actually, you letting go of something maybe good, but you see something better than that. You know, you see some kind of lifestyle that is able to transcend. You know, and so the word nekama is to go beyond, to move forward. So you leave the household life behind and you become monastic. You at least maybe once a week that you join and try out this lifestyle, and more and more you might maybe want to come more, especially when you get older. That's why the all the sensual pleasure you already have that. You want something more, something more meanings in your life, and the life that do not have to attach to those things. So this is a kind of very nice relationship between like the monks and the mother. In the way we got support from the mother in the village. Most of the people who put the food in the monk bowl is a lady. We have maybe, I would say, maybe 10%, the male, but most of them are female who cook anyway. So they feeding the monks every day. So this is a day that not only we think of the mother in the sense of the mother that bring us to this world. The Buddha says the mother is like the Brahma. The Brahma can be God, because she is basically she was there before you. You come later, so she was the God before you, and then she was the first teacher, Upajariya, the first teacher, and you see the world through her lens in many ways. She's the one who brought you up. If you have many kind of perspective on the world, actually she also probably teach you the language as well, the way you speak, the way you see the world. Everything is coming from your mother. So you have this kind of the mother where brought you to the world, show you and guided you in the right direction. And in Buddhist country, then if the mother has a son, then unless she show him the way to become a monk, which is mean the education in the right sense, to learn about how to be a good person, to learn about yourself, about your body and the mind, how the mind works, how do you want, if you want happiness, how do you go about and do it, how can you get a happiness that is not have any drawback, all this kind of pure kind of happiness, the happiness from peace and the liberation from this suffering. So this is from your mother showing you the way up to the point, and then when you become a monk, you continue on. Basically, your mother send you at this border, and you can walk on and continue on your path toward the end. So there's a lot of gratitude, and in Thai is also saying that you ordain to pay gratitude, pay the debt to your mother, and they even say if you are son, if you're not ordained yet, do not fully pay back. And I think it's coming from the sutta. The Buddha said even you carry your mother and your father, your mother on the right, your father on the left, carry them around for 100 years, feed them, bathe them, massage them, let them defecate, urinate on your shoulder, taking care of them. That's good. It's still not be able to pay back this gratitude. But if you show your parents, your mother and father, if they're not generous, show them how to be generous. If they're immoral, you have them taking the precept, training precept, or show them how to bhavana, cultivate this peaceful and wisdom. Then that when you actually pay back gratitude to the parent. So in the way, when you ordain, you're able to show these things. Usually, the parents will be interested in more of the monks and the novice. They are more generous. Usually they come to the monastery more, give up more. Some of them also take up the precept, 5 or 8 precepts. If they come to the monastery, they will have to follow, and they will appreciate what their son has been doing. Some of them thinking, oh, I thought the monk is kind of easy lifestyle. You come and you have a rest and probably the easy month, but it turned out that it's not that easy. We have the way of training. So at least 3 o'clock, 3:30, the bell. By 4, you have to be in the sala for the chanting. And you have to learn a lot of chanting. You have to learn how to meditate, at least in the beginning. And you have to learn to be dependent on yourself, to take care of yourself, to go out for food, for pinchapada. Some of them are never in their life do that. Some of them even know how to clean their own toilet and clean their clothes. So they have to learn all of those. You have to know how to wash your robes and how to eat in the systematic way, discipline, everything. And also we have the Vinaya class and learn about the rules of the monks and novices. So we take up a few hours of the day, and then again we have a short time. We have to learn how to take care of the teacher, sweeping, cleaning the sala, and have a drink, tea time, and come back again for the evening session. And by the time you go back to your hut, it's probably 9 or 10. So it's a whole full day of practicing. So it's not that easy that you think the monk do. But that's how we train. If you are interested in training yourself, this is the perfect way of training. And so that kind of bring the world and the monastic, the village and the monastic kind of the junction is there. It's the mother is open to know, because she probably the one who introduced their son to the monastery. So to this monastery is good, and you can ordain here and there. And then when the son know better, she can also, when he disrobes, he can also bring the mother and the family back to the monastery to help, to support, and to continue on. So that's why this is a special day, and you can see that when we do the chanting, the word mother is there almost every chanting that we do. Since in the beginning, when we do the Buddha words on loving kindness, actually the Buddha give the simile of we spreading the metta like the mother toward the child, the only child. So you have that sense of the world is your son, your only son. So you take a great care of that. So you'll become, everybody become a mother in that sense. If you know what the feeling of the mother toward the only son is, that the thing that the Buddha tells us, that this is the sense of the metta, sense of connection, sense of friendliness. We want to spread that friendliness toward everybody, and the metta, and it's all the Dhamma Vihara, the metta, the loving kindness, karuna, compassion, mudita, sympathetic joy and upekha, equanimity. That all the quality of the mother. When the child is since the child was born, she has that sense of connection of really good friend. We want this person to be happy. That called metta. And when the child got ill and sick, we want to help him, how to cure that, to bring to the hospital or how to bring the medicine. So she also have compassion. And when the son or the daughter graduate or successful in anything, the mother will be very happy to the one who express the sympathetic joy. And then when they grow up, when the son and daughter grown up, have their own family, then the mother have to be upekha, to be equanimity, to be step behind and then giving a support, but not to involve or interfere with their son and daughter. So the mother have that quality of the Brahma Vihara. That's why we call the mother is a Brahma, the God to the son and the daughter. So that's why when we chanting the metta and the Brahma Vihara, the word mother is also in there as well. And then we chanting the highest blessing. One of the highest blessing is to giving support to the mother and father. So that's called highest blessing. So it's in Buddhism, the mother and father is a special person. It's not just any person. That's why taking care of parents, father and mother, is very crucial. It's a blessing. And it brings a lot of happiness to you. It's a sense of gratitude, katanyu kataveti. And say if you kill the parents, it's called a heavy karma. It's not like other, like Onkulima, he killed 999. He's still somehow able to get enlightened, but he about to kill his mother. But when the Buddha intervened, basically, and then he realized that he was wrong and he listened to the teaching of the Buddha. So the karma is different. The special person where you have a tight connection, tight karma with probably your parents, and the fact that you were born with them and maybe many times. So that tie, that connection is very special. If you even the parents who have a lot of Brahma Vihara toward you and you were able to kill them, then that's why it's called heavy karma. You go straight to hell right away to the next life. So that's why in Buddhism it's a lot of to take care of your parents. It's very a lot of payback from that. You can take a lot of joy from supporting your parents, and at the same time, if you do wrong to them, it's also the negative consequence as well. So that's why in the highest blessing, giving support to your parents is very important, and it's one of the sila of the lay people as well. That you have to take care of your parents. So if you just come to the monastery when your parents sick, if you not support them, it's very difficult to progress in spiritual progression. You have to somehow set the system where they are okay, they have been taken care of before you can come and practice. It's probably the same as a monk. We have this kind of the rules of Vinaya about the upachaya, the one our preceptor is responsibility of everybody that we take care if your upachaya schedule. If one of those doesn't take, if anybody doesn't take care, they all occur together, which is the offense. So you need to select one person, or at least one person say, okay, I'm taking care of him. Then everybody are exempt from this. So this is the way the Vinaya laid out is very strict. Like okay, you have a special relationship to your preceptor. He is like your mother in a way. Bring you to this monastic life. You have the duty to that person enable for you to progress spiritually. You have to take that seriously. And then when we dedicate the merit, sharing the words of sharing and aspiration, we also sharing the merit to the mother and father as well. So in this sense, maybe they already passed away, or even if they're not passed away, they can also rejoice in your marriage. If you go and you offering food to the monks, or you keep the precept, or you meditate, you can basically, when you go back to your parents, you can basically tell them, and they probably rejoice in your marriage. So that also you can dedicate that as well. So both when your parents pass away or still alive, you can also dedicate the marriage, and that may be the best way to pay back the gratitude by being in line with the Dhamma and practice, and continue on the wholesome, whatever the thing that you receive from her, you want to pay back to that community, to continue on that tradition. So this is called the noble lineage. Actually, there's two noble lineage that every society or civilization will keep. The first one is to take care of the parents. And the second one is to renounce the world whenever you have a chance to maybe seek, if not permanently, maybe temporarily, have a chance to try to go for the higher goal, to find a way leading out of illusion. So that kind of two things, taking care of the parents and seeking ordination somehow once in a while. So that's the two traditions of the noble Arya lineage. So that basically what we think about when we think about the mother days and the monk day. They all come down to this, continue on this lineage of the noble one. Okay, so I think I have some question. Can people put some question to me? I just answer the question. Okay. The question is, when one becomes a monk, how will his relationship with his parents and siblings change? Okay, so yeah, I mean, you become renunciate now. You become either the monks or the novice. So in the way you are not in the family of the household life anymore. You become the family of the monks. Basically, you're changing from the household life to the monastic life, and your lineage is changing by, it's called the brahmacharya, the holy life. So you also change the name, like in Thai, normally you call mother or man, but when you ordain, then you call yom man. Yom is just to add on that, just to remind yourself that we are different now. We are different. We have different, I can call the priority maybe, or the in the household life, the priority is the four requisites, the material thing is the goal of the household life, how to feed yourself, how to survive, how to find the four requisites, and how to continue on reproduction, to keep the species and all those things, to keep the civilization going like that. But as a monks, it's different. As a monastic, we are more we want to search for the nibbana, for the ultimate happiness, but being a human beings, we need the four requisites, so we still have to go for alms and have some connection there. But our priority is toward training, the threefold training, the sila, samadhi, and panya. That's why the monk, we always start with the sila first, but this is our way of life. We keep the precept, and so that is a priority is different. So when you have to keep that in mind, that now you renounce the world. I'm no longer living according to worldly aims and values. I'm the monastic now. So anything that the Buddha allowed to do or not to do, we have to follow that. It's called a monastic code that we have to follow, and a lot of that are having to do with trainings the mind, because the force of the opposite sex, male and female, is very strong. So the Buddha, that's why the Buddha have to lay down many rules about that. And in the Vinaya, it doesn't accept if even the mother and son also can happen as well. The many story in that there are some sexual relationship between mother and son. So that what you have to keep that in mind. Why in the Vinaya is very clear. The rules. They didn't give you exception. Usually the Vinaya is very clear. If they have any exception, they will say, okay, except this. For example, the rule about the woman, they don't say that except your mother. This is the thing that you do to the woman. It doesn't have that. So you have to treat this as the same. Your mother also a woman part. So you have to abide by these rules. Okay. There are some questions about here. Can he still visit his family, and how often? Considering the Mother Day, parents' birthday, can he stay at the family house? Okay, so usually if you study the sutta, when the monks ordain, they already cut down from the family. They're not returning unless they got enlightened. It's just usually that. There's the story where the monks go back and then they disrobe. Usually they because they are pulled back to that again. But usually what happens is they practice until they realize the arahant, and then they go back to help the family. So that's why in the early years, I think the monks are discouraged from visiting the family, especially when they are not strong enough. Usually 5 years is a cut off, because less than 5 years you still have a lot of habit of that, of that lay life. If you go back home, the relationship will go to that relationship again, where you and mother all of your friends and things. So unless you have any real urgent business during the first 5 years, even that if you are within the 5 year, then you need the Ajahn or the senior monk to accompany you, because you probably might not know the Vinaya and rules and you might break it. So if you have any business to do, then usually if you are less than five friends, then you'll bring the senior monk with you, and probably not stay for longer for many nights, and you have to know the Vinaya before you go back to your house and have that kind of relationships. Usually that's the other way around. We try to bring them to the monastery, or say on the mother birthday, and usually they come because they want to know how do you live, and then you have a chance to introduce them and explain to them in the context of the monastic. Like I say, they understand more when they come and join you. They can enjoy your activity of morning chanting, evening chanting. They know what are you doing. So if you go back to their home, you just go back to you go back to your own room. The television is there, stereo is there. So you basically end up doing the same thing you did before. So I don't think it's much, you know. Even you give the teaching to the parents, they probably not listen to you anyway, because you always be a son to them. So unless you can perform miracle, so they will say, oh yeah, this is not my son. So unless you can do a miracle, I don't think you go back and you can teach much to your parents, you know. But if you bring them to the monastic, that's another story. You can take them to the teacher, to the Ajahn, have them some conversation, have some deep conversation about life, and sometimes they'll start to reflect upon, and maybe they're more interested in Dhamma. So I think that is more important in that way. Yeah, I say, can he still call his parent father and mother? In Thailand, we call yom, you know, just to remind ourselves that they are the lay people and we are separate, because we, in the way we uphold this is called the flag of the Arahant, you know, the robes. So we represent the enlightened one, even though we might not enlighten yet, but we represent, this is the symbol of that. So we have to treat this form respectfully, you know. Okay, can he take care of his parents if they're sick? Yeah, you can. But you know, there are certain limitations. If your father, then the Vinaya said that you can take care of your father like you take care of the novice. Basically, you can touch, you can bathe, you can help them. And actually, I saw many monks who bring their father to in the monastery, and they actually take a good care of him until he passed away, because he got, you know, sometimes got paralyzed, and they come in, and then the monk can also allow to go for bintabat to alms, and then we can feed our parents first. You know, usually you can't give the food because the lay people intend to the monk. You can't just give it to anybody. It's again the Vinaya, but they give the exception. If you give the food that you have on the bintabat, you can give it to your parents first. It's allowable. So basically, you can bring your parents in, and you can take care of them. You can feed them by going for alms, and then able to feed them. But if the mother is a little bit difficult, because you know, as a monk, we're not supposed to touch the lady, because you know, a lot of things that can come because of that. So the Vinaya is very strict about that. I read it as, even your mother used to have that restriction, not to mention everybody else, you know, because the Buddha want to lay down the rule that's such a very sharp and okay. See, even your mother, you're not touching her because of that, you know, because like I say, the priority of the monk is different. See, the priority of the monk is the sila is higher than whatever else, you know, it is. So that's why the sila is, because the sila is the one who make us a monk, you know. So that it would have to come the priority, and then the monastic and the lady is always, you know, all the problems coming from that sexual problem. So that's why in monastic the rule have to be very strictly. Usually what happens is that when if the monks in the monastery, and if he practiced very well, and he have many vasa, now he become the Ajahn, then usually they willing to help with that. You know, the monk don't have to do himself, but he have many luksik, many followers who really glad to take care of the mother monks, the monks of the mother of the monks, because they got a lot of merit as well. You know, because if the monk doesn't have anybody to take care of his parents, especially his mother, then he have to disrobe to you know, to keep, you know, he want to go and help. Then you lost like the big Ajahn, and then usually the lay people doesn't want that, so they step in. They actually take a good care of the monk's mother. That what I'm seeing. You know, many what happened. Like Ajahn Chiasaro, his mother also got a very lucid who helping take care of him. You know, his mother just passed away a few days ago in England. So you know, I think this is the things. And yeah, Ajahn one of the things Ajahn Chesaro mentioned is that, if we want to help with the monks, we might have some, not many monks in Thailand, maybe few 100,000, but if the monks practicing well, keeping the Vinaya, and maybe he more than 10 or 20 vasa, maybe the government should step in and helping to give some support to the mother, so the monk doesn't have to worry about that. So that may be one of the things Ajahn Chesaro has mentioned a lot about that, because sometimes we lost a good monk because he have to go out and help to take care of his mother. So if we have somehow as a society, if we can support the mother of the monk, because she accomplished something, she make this become a monk, and if the monk practicing well, he's quite an asset to the community, and we should be able to support his parent, his mother, giving some yearly allowance or monthly allowance, thing like that. So the monks can practice without have to worry about their parents. Okay, so that kind of the things. And what else? Or during the funeral of his parents for sibling, what is his appropriate involvement? Well, usually because in the funeral, the monks will play a big part anyway. So usually the monk will be the head of that, like the Ajahn Chah, his mother, his mother also come in and renounce and become a Meshi and practice very well. And Longpa Cha give a lot of teaching to his mother. And when his mother passed away, he has his cremate, her body, his mother body cremate in Wat Papong. And actually the site of cremation is become the Ubosatha, become the board, the place where I'm and many monks in our tradition ordained. So it become the birthplace of us, basically the disciple of Ajahn Chah. It's the site of his mother funeral site. So in a way, symbolically, we are also part of that. The mother of Ajahn Chah also producing us, because providing the space for us to ordain and become a monk. So yeah, as a funerals, I think the monks will be the part of it. We go back and then we can arrange for the funerals, and we give a Dhamma talk, some reflections. So that is the proper way. That and I think for mother as well. I don't know. I mean, if you disrobe to taking care of her physically, compared to you stay in robe, taking care of her spiritually, maybe I think spiritually is difficult, and then the physically, maybe you have other siblings who can help with that, maybe your sister or your brother who doesn't ordain. Usually they will take care of the parents, but you can take care of her spiritually, which is, I think, is more important. Especially at the end of their life, if you can bring them to be closer to Dhamma, have them know a few chants, how to meditate, how to cope with that painful sensation that's gonna come at the end of their life, have them have some faith in Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. I think that would be much better than what you're gonna do when you disrobe anyway. You just certain, you maybe give a massage or something, but that can be done by somebody else. I think the fact that you stay in robe is much helping with her, if she have a big faith in her, and then you can use that, because every time if you think of the sun, you connect it to the robes, to the monastic, then I think that perception, that memory is carry her far away, and for the next life she'll be reborn in the good place. So I think that is and the Vinaya is very strict on that. Even the commentary tells us about, like, even say the mother are floating in the river, you're not jumping and then helping her. You first you throw something for her to hold on, and for her to climb on that. So it will even say, even your mother is in danger, you still have to think about the Vinaya first as well. So I think it's go very far in terms of you have to physically you have to stay apart because of opposite sex, opposite gender, and it's very crucial in the monastic. So that, but I provided the option, like you have some sibling who can take care of her, or you have your Luksit, your disciple who can help, and they're usually happy to take care of your mother, and you become more kind of spiritual support, and you can have some verbal, some teaching, and all those things that will be more helpful. Okay, so I think that probably the ending of today, a special Mother and Monk's Day, and I hope that you today, if you don't have a chance to take your mom out and say nice things about her, the correct of what she do to you, and in Thai tradition we'll go and grab, to grab her, basically do what you do to the monk, you do to the mother, because she's the same, because she is the Arahant in the house, because Arahant means the one worthy of offering, worthy of respect. So if you haven't do that, it's a special day that you can do that, and to see how much you appreciate to have her as a mother, and you can dedicate today's a monk day. You can do some extra practice, maybe stay longer, meditation longer hours, and listen to the Dhamma talk, do walking jongkom, so that's what we do on the monk's day. Maybe if normally you rest at 10, maybe you put yourself up to the midnight, or somebody want to go for the whole night, so that will be and then you dedicate the merit to your mother. That will give you some kind of reason to practice, so that I hope that on this special day, Mother Day, you stay safe and keep taking good care of your parents, and may you practice Dhamma and prosper in the path of the Buddha until you all attain final happiness, the highest form of happiness, and you can basically, this is the way of paying gratitude to your parents by living a good life and manifest that to the world, and then you can pay back the gratitude by giving the Dhamma back to her. So okay, so I hope all of you on this special Mother Days and the Monk's Day.
Andamayang Dhamma Kataya Sadhu Karang Dadamase Sadhu 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 Animodani. Thank you, Ajahn, for the teaching and answering the questions, and also thank you, Ajahn, for reminding us to show gratitude to our parents, especially our mother, on today's Mother's Day in Thailand's national calendar. My brothers and sisters, let us now please be in Anjali position and pay respect to Ajahn. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. We invite Ajahn to lead us in the closing homage, please.
Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivati Sawakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅghang Namami.
Once again, thank you, Ajahn. May Ajahn stay safe and be healthy. We'll see Ajahn 2 weeks from now on the 26th of August.
Okay, so see you then.